Hello, in this three-part video, I shall solve the CC1 Oregon Industrial Equipment Company case using Excel. In other words, first set up an Excel worksheet to solve the case and then solve it. Finally, apply the cell formatting for the various numbers, print formatting, print the worksheet as required by the assignment, producing these 4 pages. Please make sure you have read this page, taken a look at the grading rubric, and read through the case, especially the first page. And these are the questions that we shall try to answer through the worksheet. Okay, I start with a blank Excel worksheet. The first thing I am going to do is to simply dump all the case information, input information, in the sequence that they occur into sheet number 2. And afterwards, I shall cut and paste from sheet number 2 into sheet number 1, which is where we are going to construct the worksheet. This makes sense because the order in which the information is stated in the worksheet may not be the order in which we shall use them in solving the case. Okay. So let us look at the case, and we shall pick up numeric information such as this 14,000, this 10%, this 20%, so on and so forth. Okay. Remember, I am picking them up in the order in which they occur in the case. So the first item is industry sales 2018. The column is not wide enough, so let me expand it. And it is 14,000. We shall format that number later. The second item is expected percentage increase in industry sales 2019. Once again, the column is not wide enough. Let me expand that. This is given to be 10%, entered as 0.10. OIEC's unit market share in 2018. This is given to be 20%. Next, the retail selling prices of each of the three models. No need for spaces and things like that because this is just a dump of all the information from the case. Model alpha, retail price per machine. This is $800. Once again, we shall format later. Model beta and model delta retail price per machine, that is 900, that is 1000. Percentage unit sales alpha, percentage unit sales beta, percentage unit sales delta. Let me add a little space there. And there. This is 35%, that is 50%, that is 15%. The next item is annual production setup charge. Followed by alpha material cost per machine, alpha labor cost per machine. Going in the sequence this information is given. Okay. The same two pieces of information are repeated for the other two models. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and then go in and change the beta and delta. Okay. So this is 70 and 60. Yeah. Then 190. Oh no, got that wrong. Production setup is $140,000 and then 70 and 60 and 190 for beta, and for delta 120 and 140. Yeah. Next, shipping and packaging per machine. This is 32. Moving on, the next item wholesaler percentage markup. On retailer purchase. And retailer percentage markup on sales. That is given to be 40%. This is given to be 20%. Once again, I need to expand column A. Okay. Number of salespeople. Six. Annual salary of each salesperson. Annual travel. That is given to be $40,000. Formatting will be done later. This is $24,000. Oh, before travel, Salesforce commission, I forgot that. That is 0.04. And annual travel. I'm strictly going by the sequence in which these things occurred, and I made a mistake there, corrected it. Okay. Advertising. $160,000. Number of brochures mailed is 5,000. Cost of a brochure is $10. Bill Shrek's salary $84,000. Desired dollar profit goal. This is the first of their 3 profit goals. 500,000. Desired percentage ROI. This is part of their second profit goal, 25%. And investment in project is, well, make it clear, in SSM project, steel strapping machine project, is 1,600,000. Next, desired percentage profit on sales. This is given to be 15%. Okay. We have entered a lot of information, so let me go ahead and save it. I shall save it to my flash drive. Open up a folder. I'm going to call it OIEC. Okay. Okay, whenever you are entering this much information, you don't want to lose that, and you don't want to have to retype. So it's a good idea to save even sooner. Okay, before I cut and paste to sheet number 1, I'm going to format these. There are 3 types of formatting here: dollar cells, percentage cells, and comma or numeric, just number format, plain number format cells. The dollars, let us see, $800, $900, $1,000, $140,000, $70, $60, $100, $90, $120, $140, $32, $40,000, $24,000, $160,000, $10, $84,000, $500,000, 1.6 million. And then under the Home tab, here is my formatting, number formatting. And what we want is the accounting number format. Click the dollar sign. Notice it applies dollar sign and the dollar sign is left justified. That is the accounting format. It looks nice. Sometimes when you work in the lab, you click on this, nothing happens. It's frozen. What you can always do is click that down arrow and click that, and then accounting, 2 decimal places, dollar symbol, does the same thing as simply clicking that. Okay, fortunately we didn't have to resort to that complicated way. Okay, click outside to get rid of that shading. Okay, now we are ready for the next formatting, which is percentage. We have 10%. Notice that I press the control key for the next one so that I keep the 10% and select the 20%. 35, 50%, 15%, 40%, 20%, 4% commission, 25%, 15%. This time apply the percentage formatting, and you are required to show 2 decimals. That is the standard that we shall follow. 2 decimals for all percentages. The 2 decimals for dollars is automatically applied. Okay, but for percentages you have to increase the decimals by 2. Finally, the comma formatting or plain number formatting. The plain numbers are the 14,000. Oh, by the way, there is an unnecessary gap here. Okay. Okay. 14,000 and 6 salespeople, 5,000 brochures. I think those are the only 3 things. 14,000, 6 salespeople, number of brochures. This is called comma formatting or number formatting. These are naturally rounded quantities. They cannot have decimals, but some of them can be large, like this one or this one. So we need a comma there. That's why it's comma formatting. Click that. Excel puts in that comma. Unfortunately, it added the 00, which is a no-no. This is 14,000 units. This is 6 salespeople. This is 5,000 brochures. They cannot have any decimals. So get rid of those decimals. So for comma formatting, you need to click comma in the formatting cluster, but you also need to get rid of the 00 that is automatically inserted. Okay, this is unit sales. So let me clarify. Okay, now we have all the numbers formatted as well. So let me save my worksheet. What I'm going to do now is to transfer this information systematically to sheet number 1. Let me begin in cell A1, spring 2019, Oregon Industrial Equipment Company. And launching the SSM new product. In fact, let me call it launch analysis for the SSM new product. Worksheet created by, you can certainly put your name, okay. It is your creation. How well you do it will determine your grade on this assignment. Once again, column A is too narrow. I need to widen it. Easiest way to do it is to go to the boundary between A and B. When you see the double-sided arrow, left click twice. That will automatically expand column A. Okay. Column A is going to contain all the textual labels, descriptions. Column B will contain all the numbers. Okay. Before that, let me make that bold. Let me make that bold and italicized, and make that simply italicized. These are not requirements. I like it like that. That's all. If you don't do it some differently, that's fine too. Next, let me set up my input section. No calculations. All I am going to do in my input section is to cut and paste from sheet number 2. Let me make that bold. While organizing the information so that they are nicely grouped together instead of simply dumped as we did in sheet number 2. Okay. The first item, first group of information on prices, percentage volume, and percentage markups. I want to pick up the retail prices and their percentage unit sales. I'm going to cut and paste. Okay, this column is not wide enough, so double click here. Now it is wide enough. Okay, so those 6 pieces of information have been transferred. I cut instead of copy so that this information disappeared from here. So when we have transferred everything, this sheet will naturally become empty. That is why cutting and pasting is a good idea. Okay. Next, I want the markup information because we got the price and percentage of volume. We need the markup information. That is right here, 18 and 19. Cut it and put it here. Okay. Next, information on variable cost. Let me put a colon at the end of this also. One blank row. Shall pick up material cost. I want to do this I want to have all the 3 material costs and then all the 3 labor costs, because that will help us in writing the formula later. So alpha material cost is $70. Beta material cost is $100. Delta material cost of $120. Next, labor cost. Alpha labor cost of $60. Beta labor cost of $90. Notice how these rows are disappearing from sheet number 2. Delta labor cost of $140. Next item is shipping and packaging cost. These are all manufacturing related variable cost. There is one marketing variable cost. You know what that is based on class discussions. And that is the commission. Sales force commission of 4% is a variable cost. Although it is given in percentage, we will convert that percentage to dollars later. So it's okay to include that percentage under variable costs. 4% commission under variable costs. Okay. Next, information on fixed costs. The first item we are going to bring here is the one right at the top, annual productions setup, row number 10. Not at the top, but row number 10. Okay. Again, the column is not wide enough. Okay. Next, we are going to bring the salary of each salesperson. Followed by travel of each salesperson. Then advertising and brochures. That is the advertising cost and cost of a brochure. $10. And Shrek's salary. Now, there are 6 salespeople, and that 6 is required to figure out the sales force cost. For example, you multiply the 40,000 by 6 and the 24,000 by 6. It is okay to include that 6 under fixed cost because it is part of how we calculate the fixed cost. But because it is a number, I have just opted to put it under other information. So let me go to other information. In this assignment, I expect you to follow exactly what I have done because that will be easier for me to grade. So don't take any deviations. It must look exactly like my solution. Okay. Okay. Under information other, no particular sequence, I'm going to pick up all these profit goals. Again, we need to widen column B, and then I'm going to bring the number of salespeople, followed by the number of brochures, next I am going to have industry sales, then their market share in 2018, followed by expected industry sales increase, curious why for some reason Excel is putting that space there. I have no idea. Okay, that takes care of the input section. Notice our sheet number 2 is completely empty, which means everything has been transferred to sheet number 1. Under input section, we have all the pieces of information from the case, nicely formatted, correctly formatted, and grouped together logically. Okay. When you design an Excel worksheet for a case or a similar situation, you can differ somewhat. Like for example, the 6 can go under fixed costs, the 5,000 can go under fixed costs. You can take that 4% commission because it's not a dollar amount, you can stick it under other, all those things are okay. Next, what I'm going to do is to simply set up the output section. I'm not going to solve anything yet. I'm going to set up each question to answer exactly what it is asking for. I start in row number 50 after one blank row, and in row 51 I'm simply going to put question 1. Then go to the next row. Question 1, if you look at the case or look at the end of the case, question 1 is asking for 3 things: weighted retail unit selling price, which means the same thing as per machine. If you want to be a little clear, be careful in using the control key. Selling price per SSM, steel strapping machine. Okay. Next, wholesale selling price per SSM, and manufacturer, that is OACI selling price per SSM. Let me take a look at something here. It is per machine. Okay, so let's change that to per machine. Need not introduce the new thing, SSM. You can say per unit instead of machine. Saying machine just clarifies that it is a machine we are talking about when we say unit. Per SSM simply means that we are talking about our machine, which is called the SSM. Okay. At this point, I'm simply going to put a little c indicating that I'm going to write formulas in these cells. After one blank row, question 2. Manufacturer OECBYXL No, I think I got the abbreviation wrong. Oregon Industrial Equipment Company, OIEC. See, selling price using markup chain. Okay, that's all that is needed in question 2. Just a single line is enough for that. Question 3. Material cost per machine, labor cost per machine, shipping and packaging cost per machine, sales commission per machine, hence UVC of a machine. Okay, so we have itemized as required in the question. There are 4 items that make up the unit variable cost, and then we total them up to calculate the unit variable cost of a machine. Question 4. Dollar contribution, I'm spelling it out, of just $C of a machine. Percentage contribution. Percentage contribution is a ratio. So typically we don't say per machine, we simply calculate it as a percentage, but if you said percentage contribution of a machine, there's nothing wrong in that. So okay. Question 5. Here we talk about fixed costs. We are asked to itemize, okay, line itemize. So annual production charge, production setup, sales force salary, sales force travel, advertising, brochures, Strex salary, hence total fixed costs. Forgot to put little C's. $78, yeah. 79 is blank. And question 6. OIEC's unit break even for 2019. OIEC's dollar break even for 2019. Those are the 2 things asked for in question 6. Row 83 is blank. Question 7. Here we have the dollar profit goal. So the first, we know what the dollar profit goal is. So what we should do is TFC plus dollar profit goal. Remember how we did it when we did the case by hand. We are trying to do the same thing here. Hence, RLS1 for dollar profit goal and $RLS1 for dollar profit goal. Okay. Question 8. Following what we did when we did it by hand, first we set up a row for desired dollar ROI, return on investment, total fixed cost plus dollar ROI I'm going to simply copy these two over and change it to RLS2. CCs 94 is blank, 95. Question 9. Desired profit per machine. Therefore, revised $C. And then copy these two things over and change the RLS2 to RLS3. So, numeric RLS and dollar RLS for each of the three profit goals. So, little c's again. Finally, question number 10. Size of 2019 total market in machines. That is number of machines. Okay. Therefore, percentage MS units for numeric break-even. So remember, we can only calculate percentage market share in units because the total market is only available in units. Let me copy that over. The second one is RLS1 for dollar profit goal, and copy that over. The second is percentage ROI goal. The little g, doesn't matter, big or little g, and that one would be number 2, and copy that over. The third is percentage goal. So we are at row number 106. We have set up, we go back and make sure everything has little c's. Okay. Okay, let me just make all these little c's right justified. Let me, okay, we have set up the inputs and output section. We have not calculated the answers, but we are ready to do that now. Okay, which I shall in the next segment of the video, segment 2. Okay, thank you.